Welcome my students and viewers. This class is exactly in continuance of the previous class where I started that class is showing symmetry between the cost and production analysis. In last video I explained short-term production function, that was the law of variable proportions. We saw all the three stages and the behaviors of the total product, marginal product and average product curves. In detail, that was in quite detail, and this diagram was used under three stages. There I had told that cost concept emerges from the production concept. You don't have to be in a separate compartment or in a separate way to see cost and see the production. If a little bit you be conscious, we can see how the cost curves are being derived from the production curves in a very interesting way. Of course, it's very interesting, and geometrically it is as exact symmetry, exact opposite. Theoretically, production and cost are exactly opposite concepts. If production increases at increasing rate, definitely cost diminishes. So those two are the opposite concepts. So in the concept way, in a diagrammatical way, we shall see that all the cost curves will be derived from the three curves, that was the TP, total product curve, the marginal product curve and the average product curve. We saw the behavior of all those three under three stages. Here we are going to see a symmetry between the production and cost. So this is the history. This is the history of production, where all the three curves are, and there are three stages that we have explained. Now you see what is happening. Let us start from the total concept. Here we have a production and here we have a cost. So what we observe, that when with a fixed amount of any fixed factor, when we started using the variable factor, this total product curve, initially it increased at an increasing rate, so it was convex in nature. It attained its point of inflection, and thereafter it changed its own curvature from convex to concave, what meant that of course, when the L is increased, TP increases but at diminishing rate. Now see what is happening in cost case. Since in the production we don't have any constant term, meaning that even if there is no production, some return is coming, this is not the theory, or this doesn't happen. So in the production curve we don't have any constant term, but on account of the fixed factor, in this production analysis, corresponding in the cost analysis, we shall have a corresponding fixed cost, and that fixed cost will give a certain intercept to the total cost curve. This is total fixed cost, which doesn't happen in the case of production curve. Right. Now, as far as the behavior of the total cost is concerned, initially it is concave, means when output or when the production starts increasing at initially, total cost increases at a diminishing rate. That's why it is concave, and beyond a certain level of production, it started increasing at a diminishing rate, at increasing rate. That's why it is convex. So just opposite case. Here we do have just a case of from convex to concave. Here we do have a concave to convex. In this case, just beyond the point of inflection, we do have a maxima of marginal product. And in this case, just below the inflection point, we shall have a minima of marginal cost. Of course, it is not shown in this diagram, but we did get it. Minima of marginal cost. Here we get maxima of marginal product. Here we get minima of marginal cost. So this is the thing in this diagram. Now mathematically, in production what we did have, that Q is a function of K bar and L. This K bar was the fixed factor. Now here mathematically we shall have an equation ax cube plus bx square plus cx, and this a has to be negative and b has to be positive mathematically. That this restraint, or rather this constraint on coefficients, makes the TP curve convex to concave. This is what is the mathematically does it mean. Now what it becomes in the case of cost curve? TC is the function of Q. Here Q was produced. So on account of the production of this Q, just cost was incurred by the producer. So TC is the function of Q. Here this TC will have a two concept, total fixed cost and total variable cost. This was the total fixed cost on account of the fixed factor, and it will have its mathematical form ax cube minus bx square plus cx plus d. This d represents total fixed cost, and about these three coefficients, a has to be positive, b is negative, and thrice ac must be greater than b square for an ideal cost cubic function cost curve. This is this has to be constant, and this constant makes this TC curve concave to convex. So this is the opposite story between the total concept of production and the total concept of cost. Now we should come on the average concept. Average product of the variable factor, which happens Q by L. So Q can be written as L into AP. L into AP. And by nature it is a concave parabola. In the diagram, we do have this average product. This is a concave parabola, and concave parabola will have its maxima, has to be a maxima. Now the average cost is total cost by total production. Here we have seen total production happens to be L into AP. So here it could be written as TC upon L into AP. Absolutely, AC is inversely proportional to average product. Average product increases, average cost diminishes. This story is being alright clear over here, that AC becomes inversely proportional to average product. And it is a convex parabola. This AC is a convex parabola. It was a concave parabola. At the maxima of average product equals marginal product. And at the minima of average cost equals marginal cost. Exactly opposite case is happening. Here average and marginal concepts are equalized at the maxima of average concept, and here two average cost and marginal cost are becomes equal at the minima of average cost. Now the marginal product is change in output by change in labor. So change in output could be written as delta L into MP. Delta Q could be written as delta into L. Now MC is delta TC by delta Q, change in TC by change in output, change in TC, and this change in output could be written as delta L into MP. Once again, marginal cost is inversely proportional to marginal product. So one increases, other diminishes. One has its maxima, another has its minima. So this is being alright clear over here, and this is true. We can see that when this marginal product is maximum, this marginal cost is minimum. When it had started declining, it had started rising. As long as it was increasing, marginal cost was diminishing. So in this way we do derive the total cost, marginal cost, and average cost exactly from the total product, average product, and marginal product. At the maxima of average product equals marginal product, and at the minima of average cost equals marginal cost. Now below, I have written here, below the inflection point in case of production we have a maxima of MP, and below the inflection point in case of cost we have a minima of marginal cost. So exact symmetry between the cost and production analysis. Quite clear diagrammatically, mathematically, theoretically, it is clear. So it is a symmetry, and always cost and production should be studied in such a way so that it becomes quite clear that what is happening in production, opposite will happen in the cost. So this is what the between production and cost. I hope that I have explained this symmetry between production and cost quite in an explicit way. Even if the students and viewers are having any problem and any doubt, any query, any question, they could ask me in comments, in my WhatsApp, whatever they like, and I would be happy to answer those questions either in WhatsApp or in this class itself. So this is what I have done in between symmetry and cosine. Now, in next class, I think that I should enter in the market forms. And before I enter into market form, I would like to start from the toughest structure of that is oligopoly. So possibly I would explain the Cournot model of oligopoly. I will start from there itself. So in the next class, I will come with a model, Cournot model, in a quite extensive way, theoretical, diagrammatical, mathematical, on numerical sums. Of course, it will be explained. It could not be explained in one or two videos. At least it could be explained in 3-4 videos. So in next class, I am coming with this. And this is all for today. And once again, if any problem, any doubt, do ask me. And I will be happy to answer. So this is all. Thanks. This is all for today.